Hello there guys, it's me Unstable Voltage. Welcome back to episode 9 of Civilization 6 as Gandhi. In the last episode we actually managed to take advantage, and by take advantage I mean completely exploit the broken trade AI. We got out of the war with Russia. We also took everything they had, all of their great works, I didn't try and take their money actually, but we got everything else off them. So we've got one great work. The other two would have been destroyed because we had nowhere to put them. But at least Russia doesn't have them now either. So we're going to have to move what remaining units we have back. We're making a little bit of money now because we did lose a few units. We're still very, very behind, and it is going to be difficult to try and sort of catch up again, but you know, it is what it is. I'm not ready to give up just yet. We need to try and get these units away. The religious victory thing might still not happen, though. It's going to be very, very difficult. There's so many apostles and things trying to spam us already. Let's go ahead and get the market. The quicker we can get that, the better. I should have bought a missionary right then, but I failed. So now Delhi has been flipped over to Hinduism. So if we build a missionary now, it'll be a Hindu missionary. But, I mean, our own pressure might flip that back over, so that's fine. Peter's finished building Chichenet, so I actually saw him building it down there anyway, so that's okay. So let's continue trying to get everybody home. We'll try and get everybody sort of healed up if we can. See, we've got Russian missionaries coming out. So this might just be Warpath Gandhi. This might be Domination Nuke Gandhi instead of Religious Gandhi. I will get a religious win. But I just think the start that I had was just too tricky with the barbarians. It really screwed me over early on in the game. Right, one production in all cities, not all that useful now. Newly trained builders gaining 2 actions. We could definitely do with some builders. Choose a new civic. Gold from envoys to city-states is a very, very nice one to have, so we'll go for medieval fairs. Let's get at least one of you in the city. Let's get you all back to friendly territory where we can. We will need to build a few more units. I fully expect that we're going to be attacked by the AI. Right, let's take this guy, because you've got 5 promotions. You're going to be a crossbow. Obviously, again, we still need to get this iron. We do currently have 1 iron from Russia, but obviously we're not always going to have that. I'm not sure what the effects are of building a unit on a borrowed resource and then losing the resource. Because in Civilization 5, you just lose combat strength, but I really don't know how it works in here. So we've got our walls in Agra. There's a lot of other things that we need to build, but let's go ahead and get that granary first. We still might get our religion back over here, but we'll have to see how it goes. There's Hinduism everywhere, thanks to the French. Let's get you over to Agra just to potentially defend it against the English. I might go down here, actually, just have a quick look and see what England's up to. Because we lost our scout. We're not at war anymore. But I don't know where anybody else is. I don't know where England's... Well, I know roughly where England's capital is, but I don't know exactly where it is. So I would like to go and have a little look there. But we definitely like to try and get some swordsmen. So we want to get our own source of iron. And this is within range of Newcastle. And this one is within range of Agra, so we want to get both of those if we can. So you're just going to fortify. Sadly, I don't have enough money to heal all of these units. On to the next turn we go.
Dovreste prestare attenzione a ciò che accade d'intorno. Credetemi, vi sono fin troppi giochini che stanno avendo luogo.
They've done a very, very good job of making her annoying. Go away, Catherine. So, at least we're starting to build again now. We still have a few amenity problems in Delhi. We've got 1 source of cotton. We could get the dyes. We do need to get the dyes. Delhi's finished its production, so let's go ahead and get the builder for 5 turns. I'd really like the pagoda, but, you know, what can you do? I'm going to keep you up on this side, I think, just so we can get to our capital quickly. This unit cannot move, so we'll go on to the next turn. I mean, I might still try and get a religious victory if I can actually get some faith production off the ground, and I can actually get a Inquisitor out that I can use. Then, you know, we'll give it a go. But I'm I'm not terribly convinced that that's how it's going to work out, if I'm honest. Especially with already having the Hinduism in our capital. And it's not a good thing. And I don't... The only other holy site I have down here, this isn't my religion either. It's got my pantheon, but it's not my religion. So, kind of a little bit screwed. Yeah, let's use you to explore. Units needing orders. You are going to stay there now. England is impressed with our scientific research. See, I think England have only got one city left now. So annoying. You see, we lost a battle in theological combat, which means their religion got spread, but mine didn't get reduced because of the belief that we took. I mean, I could just declare war on France. Where are France? France are all the way over here, aren't they? So we could just declare a war on France and then sort of kill these units off, but... I mean, we're already a warmonger, so it's probably a little bit risky. But then again, if we're actually going to go and be sort of battle Gandhi, then it might be what we want to do. Let's go and have a look down here if we can. There's a lot of units in the way. See, he might go down here and try and spread to some of Russia's cities. Hagia Sophia. We're definitely missing out on getting wonders, but again, that was the same sort of thing that you used to get in Civilization 5. You had pretty much no chance of getting wonders once the once you started to up the difficulty. There's a lot of things that it's recommending me to get, but I want to go right down here and get those dyes if possible. Do we actually already have dyes? We don't know, because I know we're trading some stuff with Peter, but dyes is not one of them. I do want to keep building my faith, so let's go ahead and get the pagoda here. We're not quite at the housing cap yet. Choose our production over here. Now again, getting something like an encampment here might be ideal. There's not really a good tile to build it on, unfortunately. It can't be next to the city centre. I don't really want to remove the food. I'd prefer it over here, but I don't have the gold, so I'm going to pass on that for now. A commercial hub and a holy site would both be useful. We do need another trader, though. Let's do that. 11 turns. So, yeah, definitely England has a few units down here. They're in a bit of a bottleneck, though. I mean, 3... yeah, flipping apostles. 3... elephants here could completely block them in. Being denounced by Russia, which is hardly a surprise. You occupy one of their cities. No, I do not. I occupy one of England's cities. Yeah, we just can't really get down there, but they've got all their units sort of blocking that. I think we should be attempting to do this, you know. We should try and get, if possible, units just to block that off. And then if England declare war, they're kind of stuck at that point. They do have a couple of units floating around here, but none that I'm particularly worried about. See, we've got Scythia's missionaries floating around up here as well. And we want to get this rice. We want to repair this farm. What tiles are we working in these cities, by the way? Food, food. And we don't have any production in this city at all, really. You're at the housing capacity, so why bother working the 4 food? Work the 2 food and 2 production. Nothing else would give us any more production. I guess we could get rid of the 4 food and go for that one. Gives us a little bit more production. Yeah, you're just going to stay there and fortify. What about Newcastle? Which tiles are you working? Some of the ones that give us gold. That one I like. You're not at the housing cap, so you can grow. And then you are going, maybe lock that one in and go for the extra production as opposed to the food there. Might be slightly better. Yeah, they are starting to get some units out here, which I don't really want them to do. What I'm trying to do here, being denounced by Rome, again, because we control little territory. Well, if the borders would actually grow at a more decent rate. Yeah, so what I want to try and do here is use my units to sort of block England's army in to here, because they have a lot of units. And I can see something about to happen here. So we've got a trade route here. Let's carry on going over there. Get production, gold, science, and faith. So it's definitely worth doing that. On to the next turn. What's going to happen now? Yeah, see people fighting over my cities to try and flip the religion over.
We're all apprentices.
So now we can get industrial zones. So what I want to do is get you onto this tile, because then that blocks England in completely. They're surrounded. And they can't really... All of these are melee units, and they can only really attack us with sort of one at a time because of all of these elephants that'll be around them. That's kind of the plan I'm going for here. Let's look at the tech tree, so we can see plan ahead for the future, where we want to go. We want to go into education, so I might just go and just select that so we path to it. You're just going to stay there on fortify. So this should block a little bit of England's movement quite nicely. And again, everybody's religion is still being sort of pushed around all over the place. So we'll move you down one. And I don't want to leave an open tile, but if he moves back, I might start moving in. So you're just going to fortify. Send an envoy. We've already got the 3 at Jerusalem. So let's go for Brussels. I mean, we don't actually have the industrial zones yet, but I'm sure we will do at some point. So all you guys are just going to fortify up. A delayed reaction from the AI. So go away. Unit needing orders. You. Right. Let's go ahead and get that as quickly as possible. We probably want to get the rice. We want to repair the farm as well. We don't have many pillaged improvements. I think we're actually quite lucky there. The game glitched on me for a second there. It doesn't do that very often. Oh. So, the eagle-eyed amongst you may have noticed that we've actually gone back in time about 3 turns. Now, I don't know how I'm going to edit this together yet, because I'm not too sure the condition of the last video. And by the last video, I mean the first sort of 12 minutes of this video. Because what happened was, I was on turn 150 and the game crashed. First of all, it sort of froze and paused on me, which I have no idea why it did that. And then it went to a black screen and then it crashed to the desktop, and that was it. Civ was completely dead. Luckily, I did seem to manage to save the recording from my recording software. I've never had Civilization 6 crash on me before. I've had it crash when I've been closing it down, but I've always related that to my recording software, because if I close OBS down first and then close Civ, it's fine. That's the first time I've actually just had it crash during the course of playing. Now, it is supposed to autosave every turn, but the most recent autosave that I have is actually from turn 150. I believe we were on turn 153. So we're going to carry on and basically see where we end up, see how things go now. I'm going to try and repeat the actions that I took on the previous video, if I can remember what those actions were. Most of the things that happen aren't truly random, they're generated via a seed, so providing I take the same actions, the same sort of things should happen. Hopefully the crash won't happen again, because that'd be annoying. But yeah, what we're trying to do here is sort of pen these units in, which is, again, this is what we were doing last time. Unit needs orders, so you're going to fortify. Trade route went to Pokrovka, so you're going to do that. That's what we did before. So it shouldn't take as long to get back to where we were. I honestly have no idea what it was that caused the crash. Yeah, I think that happened before as well. And then we've got that. That's fine. Choose a research. We went for education, so we queued them up. So we go for education. That's that done. You're going to move down there. That's those guys all blocked in, and you can move forwards 1 tile as well. Now, they can still get out via the water. So, but obviously they're easier to pick off when they're in the water, and then it's more difficult for them to land and do any significant damage. But yeah, blocking them off here is ideal. This would be a great place for an encampment, actually. The envoy we sent to Brussels. Then we had the delayed response from Greece, so I'm just going to wait before I click anything. No? Is it not coming this time? Okay, we'll click this then. So you're going to fortify. Now he does it. So I always thought that it was just delayed and it just took a second or two for it to fire, but it didn't do it at all until I actually selected my unit and performed my next action. That's a bit of a weird thing. I wonder if that's by design or if it's a bug. You went and got the dies. So on to the next turn again. Now let's see what it does this time around. No, it's done the same thing again. So obviously something is broken here. And as this campaign wasn't going particularly well anyway, I think the civilization gods are telling me that it is time to abandon this campaign and start something new. So apologies to those of you who were really getting into this and hoping that it was going to get more interesting. But there's obviously some sort of issue with this game. It keeps crashing on the same turn. So there's obviously something the AI is trying to process that's causing it to throw wobbly. Which in one sense is a little bit of a shame. And in another sense, is a little bit of a relief. So I'm not too sorry to see it go, but I did try. So thanks a lot for watching, guys. I hope you have enjoyed this rather short series of Civilization 6. I have learnt a few things from it. I've certainly learnt that I need to be a bit more careful about declaring wars. I'm not necessarily convinced that I want to play the game on Emperor anymore. I'll probably give it another couple of goes. But I think at this point in Civilization 6, Emperor is that point where it feels like the AI is cheating a little bit too hard, and it kind of saps the enjoyment out of it for me. I still enjoy the game, but I think just playing on that difficulty is a little bit over the top. So thanks a lot for watching, guys. I'll see you on the next series, and until then, goodbye for now.